Can you walk through just so like Bennett, when he's 1A on scouting report, basically everyone you play, like, can you kind of put into perspective what it takes to do what he just did when that's the case?
I thought we really executed this holistically offensively. Just sometimes the ball can get stuck with him, when in reality he's actually better in flow. So when the ball starts to pop, then he finds his little openings. Sometimes it does have to stick with him a little bit too much, and that's where we get ourselves into trouble. The ball doesn't move quite like it should. Today it moved a lot better. We were able to get some mismatches, some switches, some cross matches, and then guys hit shots, so then they had to stretch out, and we were able to get to the rim a little bit more.
Bennett hit 2K career points. You've seen every one of them. What has it been like, just kind of going on that journey with him?
Yeah, I mean, it makes me look like I can coach a little bit, right? You get good players, you coach. No, he's been a joy to coach. I still remember his first scrimmage and he'll probably explain it to you how bad he was in the first scrimmage. And he's like, I don't know if I can play at this level. Well, I think you can play at the highest level, but whatever. And had obviously a great freshman year and sophomore and junior, and continues to get better, and the sky's the limit for him.
What do you remember about that scrimmage?
I bet he had like 8 or 9 turnovers, and then the very next scrimmage, we scrimmaged a Division I team, and I think he had like 20, dunked on some kid. He figured it out pretty quick, so he was good.
What the way Alvaro has played the last 2 games, what do you feel like is different with him?
He's figuring it out. I think sometimes, at this level, it's a little bit tricky, and especially the success that he had, you start to hunt different things, and instead of just winning. And I thought tonight he played winning basketball. I thought he drove to the rim. I thought he cut great. I thought he passed great. That's what he can do. We just need him to continue down that path defensively, continue down the path offensively where he takes care of the ball. And he could be a difference for us. You
kind of were in a similar spot as the USC game in terms of being up. You let USC come back. This was, you kind of just stepped on their neck and didn't really let them get back in. What do you feel like? What was the difference between today and the USC game?
Yeah, we were able to score. That's to pull away. You got to score. Obviously stops are great, and I think stocks are really good, but. To really put a team away, stops are good, but scoring is probably even more important when you get that, when you're up 10. Now can you put 3 offensive possessions together in a row? And I thought we did a good job of putting them away from a scoring perspective.
You said Brendan's been practicing well. It seems like it's kind of showing up in games and him getting minutes. What have you seen from him in terms of being able to have that type of impact that he had?
Yeah, I mean, he's lost probably 20 pounds since he's been here. He's in elite shape. He's started picking up full in practice one day just for the fun of it. And it was like, oh, okay. And started to pick up his defense. And then we're like, okay, offensively, we need you to take kickouts. We don't need you to shot hunt or do anything like that. Just take the easy shots and keep the game simple. And he's great there. He's kind of the definition of what we want in a Hawkeye. Like, for him, he averaged 10 a game in... Can you guys stop laughing? I'm trying to be serious here. You're next, all right. Definition of what it means to be a Hawkeye. I mean, he averaged 10 a game in the Big 12. And comes here and doesn't play a lot, and hardly at all. And he... if he doesn't have our best attitude in practice, it's one of 2. And he brings it every single day. And not only just brings it for himself, but he brings it for everybody else. Like, he's encouraging. He's the most vocal in all of our huddles and games. He's not even playing. He goes out there, he matches everybody up. Jesse, our matchup guy, doesn't even have to match anybody up because he's doing it. He's just, everything about him screams a great teammate, servant. He's been awesome for us, and you saw the result of that tonight.
What do you remember during, recruiting him in the portal? What was your message to him? What was his message to you during that process?
I think he wanted to be a part of a program that really that works, that competes, that things aren't handed to him. And, fortunately and unfortunately, it's both here. I think he probably would have liked to play more early on. But I don't know that he would have had the experience that he's having right now had he played right away. There's never for effort or anything like that. It's just learning the system and kind of acclimating himself. And the other guys are playing well too. Tate Sage is elite. Isaiah Howard's elite. Like, we've got good players there too that are playing well. So that's part of it too.
Is Tavion, is he dealing with anything physically, or is
Yeah, he's got something. Yeah, he's got something going on. So hopefully he'll be ready to go on Wednesday.
Has that been? Did it happen today, or has it been
I
lingering?
don't know when it started. It happened last year once, and it kind of went away. It took him a few days to, it was about a week or two last year. I think he might have sat out a couple games, but yeah, he's dealing with some stuff. So hopefully we'll get him back healthy.
Is that just? I mean, is there anything he can do to try to rehab himself at this point, or is
Not a
it?
lot for this one.
Okay.
So we just gotta give him rest. Hope that it goes away.
What do the next couple of days look like for you guys before Washington?
Keep getting back to, building our offense, continuing that, and then, game planning for, I think Washington's one of the most talented teams in the league. I mean, they're enormous, they're physical, they play hard, they're well coached, they're really good. So they've had a tough schedule, probably one of the toughest schedules in the Big Ten. So, don't let their record fool you at this point.
How do you try to balance the practice and rest and travel, all of that in the next couple of days?
Yeah, you balance it enough. You just use feel. You just kind of look at them and see if they're tired, and then back off if they are. What we don't want to do is go for 2 hours and go light. We'd rather go for 45 minutes really sharp and hard. And so, we'll figure it out based on how they feel tomorrow.
What after you guys lost 3 in a row, not 4 wins in a row, what have you seen go right these past 4 games that kind of let you guys go on a little run here?
Yeah, we just started to make winning plays. We had to learn some things in those other games, and I thought we learned them. But we're still just a work in progress. We're just a ways away from being where we want to be. But we're getting better, and the guys are learning. The guys are seeing that it works, and hopefully if we continue down this path, good things will happen.